everyone, welcome to the Needle Magic. In today's tutorial, I'm going to make this beautiful daisy granny square. It's really very pretty. आज के tutorial में हम ये granny square बनाना सीखेंगे. I have learned this from Stitching with Liz, so all the credit goes to her. I've just made some modifications on the second last and last round. Other than that, I've learned it from her tutorial. So make sure to watch her tutorial too, because she's made it in two sizes, one for the hat and one for the cushion cover. And I have made this and I'm planning to make a bag out of it, but for today's tutorial I'm just going to teach how to make this crochet daisy granny square. So let's begin. So I'm going to use three colors, one for the center, one for the petals, and one for the base. So I'm using these three colors. You can use any of your choice. So let's begin with the center color number A. So we'll start by chaining 4. So first we'll make a slip knot. सबसे पहले हम एक slip knot बनाएंगे. You can even make a magic circle, but I feel this is the easier method. After making a slip knot, we have to chain 4. So we'll make 4 chains बनाएंगे, and we'll go into the first chain and make a slip stitch here. तो पहली वाली chain से slip stitch करके इसे join कर देंगे. So we've made a round, and now we have to work in this round. So chain 1. And this doesn't count as a stitch, and now we have to crochet 8 single crochet stitches into this circle. So we'll work 8 single crochet stitches. So 8 single crochet stitches बनाएंगे. 1 2 3, and I'm working over the yarn tail. मैं yarn tail के ऊपर ही work कर रही हूँ. 4 5 6 7 and 8. And now we'll have to do a slip stitch onto the first single crochet stitch that we did, not on the chain 1. So जो पहला single crochet stitch हमने बनाया था उसमें जाके हम slip stitch करेंगे. So slip stitch onto the first single crochet stitch that you made, and this completes this round. ये round हमारा complete हो गया है. Now let's begin with the second round. So for the second round, chain 3, 1 2 3, and this doesn't count as a stitch. So we'll go into the stitch where we did the slip stitch, and we'll work 2 double crochet stitches, 1 and 2. तो हमने जिस स्टिच में स्लिप स्टिच किया था उसी स्टिच में 2 डबल क्रोशे स्टिचेस बना लिए. Then go into the next, make 2 double crochet stitches, 1 and 2. Then go into the next, work 2 double crochet stitches, 1 and 2. Then again in the next, 2 double crochet stitches, 1 and 2, and we have to keep repeating this until we reach the end. So we must have a total of 16 double crochet stitches, and we are not counting the chain 3 as a stitch. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. So I'll be counting it further, like 9 and 10 in the next stitch, then 11 and 12 in the next, then 13 and 14 in the next, 13 14 and 15 and 16. So we have worked 2 double crochet stitches in each of these following stitches, and we have a total of 16 double crochet stitches. Now I'll be going into the first double crochet stitch that I did, and I'll join. So I'm not going to go on the chain 3. I'll be going into the first double crochet stitch that I did and make a slip stitch. This completes round number 2, and now we have to fasten off, as we are going to use our second color. So chain 1 and fasten off. तो चेन 1 करके हम फास्टन ऑफ कर देंगे. अब हम अपना सेकंड कलर यूज़ करेंगे. ओके, सो आई बी जॉइनिंग द सेकंड कलर हियर in this stitch. So this is the color I'm going to use, cream color. So we'll make a slip knot and we'll join it here, and we'll start our next round. So for the next round, we have to chain 3, 1, we have already done 1, 2 and 3. We'll work 2 double crochet stitches in the same stitch, and this doesn't count as a stitch. no, this does count as a stitch. I'm so sorry. This, in this round, this does count as one stitch, and we'll work two more in the same space, and I'm working over the yarn tails, 1 and 2. तो जो चेन 3 है वो हमारा इस बार एक डबल क्रोशा स्टिच की तरह वर्क कर रहा है, और हमने 2 और बना लिए सेम स्टिच में, तो हमारे पास एक स्टिच में अब 3 डबल क्रोशा स्टिचेस हो गए. नाउ विल चेन 1, skip 1 stitch, go into the next and work 3 double crochet stitches. तो एक को skip करेंगे, सेकेंड वाली में जाएंगे, और मैं yarn tail के ऊपर ही वर्क कर रही हूँ, और 3 डबल क्रोशे स्टिचेस एक ही स्टिच में बना लेंगे. So we have worked 3 double crochet stitches in one stitch, then chain 1, skip 1, go into the next and work 3 double crochet stitches. One, 2 and 3. Then again chain 1, skip 1, go into the next and work 3 double crochet stitches. 1, 2 and 3. Then again chain 1, skip 1, go into the next and work 3 double crochet stitches. 1, 2, 3. Chain 1, skip 1, go into the next and work 3 double crochet stitches. तो इसी तरीके से एक skip करेंगे, chain 1 करेंगे, और नेक्स्ट वाली में 3 डबल क्रोशा स्टिचेस बनाते जाएंगे, और ऐसे हमारे पास टोटल 8 होने चाहिए, बिकॉज ये हमारी अब पेटल्स बन रही हैं. सो वी हैव टू मेक श्योर दैट बाय द एंड ऑफ दिस राउंड वी मस्ट हैव 8 clusters of 3 double crochet stitches, because these are our petals. Chain 1, skip 1, go into the next and work 3 double crochet stitches. Now let me count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and I have 2 stitches left here. I don't know how, but I'm going to skip these 2 and I'll be chaining 1 and I'll join to the chain 3 that I made. तो जो chain 3 मैंने बनाया था मैं उस पे इसे join कर लूँगी. So you'll be having 1 stitch left actually, but if there is 2 also, it doesn't matter. We'll just join it into a round. Now pull it a little bit longer. इसको थोड़ा सा pull करेंगे and we'll take out our needle, because now we're going to add our next color but without fastening off the second color. तो हम अब third color add करेंगे, लेकिन इसको fasten off नहीं करेंगे, ये ऐसे ही रहेगा, because हम side by side इसको भी use करेंगे. So now I'm going to add my third color. So let's add with a slip knot. So I'm going to add it here in the chain 1 space. So I'll make a slip knot and add it here in the skipped stitch. So ये जो पहले हम chain 1 कर रहे थे तो नीचे जो stitch skip हो रही थी इस जगह पे हमने इसे add करना है. So make sure that where you have left the second color, just under that you'll have this chain 1 space where you have left this stitch. You have to attach your yarn there and start the round from there. So we'll attach it here. Now chain 3, 1, 2, 3. I'll just pull the yarn behind. Okay. Now this chain 3 will be counted as our first double crochet stitch for this round. तो ये जो chain 3 है ये हमारा एक double crochet stitch की तरह count होगा. Now we need to make chain 4 space, so we'll chain more 4 here. तो हम 4 chains और बनाएंगे, 1, 2, 3 and 4. So this is our double crochet stitch and this is the chain 4. Now we have to go in this stitch of the previous round that we skipped and make a double crochet stitch here. So we'll just fold our work like this so that it's easier to work in this stitch. So yarn over, go in the stitch here, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So here we have done a double crochet stitch, then chain 4 again, 1, 2, 3, 4, go into the next skipped stitch here. We'll fold it so that it's easier to work and work a double crochet stitch. तो जो skip की थी हमने stitches, उन stitches में हम double crochet stitch work कर रहे हैं और साथ में chain 4. So we'll chain 4 again, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then again we'll go into the stitch here that is being skipped of the second round and work a double crochet stitch. Then again chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we'll go into the next stitch here which is skipped and we'll work a double crochet stitch. Then again chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we'll go into the next skipped stitch here, work a double crochet stitch, chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then again go into the next skipped stitch and work a double crochet stitch, chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Go into the next skipped stitch here, work a double crochet stitch, chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And now this chain 3 was our first double crochet stitch, so we'll go on to the third chain and we'll slip stitch and join the round. तो ये जो तीसरी चेन हमने जो 3 चेन्स बनाई थी पहले स्टार्टिंग में जो हमारा डबल क्रोशे स्टिच की तरह एक्ट करेगा, उसकी थर्ड चेन पे हम स्लिप स्टिच करके इस राउंड को कंप्लीट करेंगे. जस्ट वांटिंग टू गो ऑन द top 2 loops. One, and it's kind of difficult. Okay, we'll go into these two. It's okay. And join. So here, this is done. Now we'll pull the loop like we did earlier and just leave it like that, because now we have to work with our second color. So this third color will be as it is and we'll start working with our second color. So just pull the second color in the front so that we can work like this. So just push it back and so that the stitches are in front and we have to work in these now. So let's begin. So here we have 3 double crochet stitches. So 3 here, 3 here, 3 here, which were our petals. Basically we are working on our petals now. So first we'll chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and this is our first double crochet stitch. ये हमारा पहला double crochet stitch हो गया. Just pull it in front so that you're just working in the same color and you're not taking the chain 4 along. Make sure to do that. So just pull it a bit, and now in the second stitch, second double crochet stitch, we'll work 2 double crochet stitches. तो जो बीच की stitch है इसमें हम एक increase करेंगे. We'll do an increase in this middle stitch and we'll work 2 double crochet stitches. Then in the last double crochet stitch we'll work 1 double crochet stitch. तो जो last वाली है उसमें एक double crochet stitch बनाएंगे. So now we have 4 double crochet stitches. अब हमारे पास 4 double crochet stitches हो गई. Chain 2, 1, 2. Now we have to work in the next petal. So we'll put the chain 4 behind. Just pull the petal in front and start working. So 1 double crochet stitch into the first stitch. पहले double crochet stitch के ऊपर एक double crochet stitch बनाएंगे. 2 double crochet stitches into the next stitch. Next stitch में 2 double crochet stitches बनाएंगे. And 1 double crochet stitch into the next. एक double crochet stitch next में बनाएंगे. So again we have 4. Then chain 2. Then again we'll do the same thing. We'll pull the petal in front and push the chain 4 behind, because we don't have to work in those. They are just kept like this because we have to work the next round in this chain 4 space. तो next round हमको chain 4 space में करना है, तो इसे साथ में crochet नहीं करना, सिर्फ petals पे work करेंगे. तो यहाँ पे पहले stitch में एक double crochet stitch बनाएंगे. 1 double crochet stitch into the first stitch, 2 double crochet stitches into the next. Next वाले में 2 बनाएंगे और फिर से तीसरी वाली में 1 बनाएंगे. In the next we'll work 1 double crochet stitch. Chain 2. Then again next petal, we'll pull it forward, 1 double crochet stitch into the first stitch, 2 double crochet stitches into the next stitch, 1 double crochet stitch into the next, chain 2, then to the next petal, just push it behind and pull the petal forward, 1 double crochet stitch into the first stitch, 2 double crochet stitches into the next stitch, and 1 double crochet stitch into the next, chain 2, to the next petal, 1 double crochet stitch into the first stitch, 2 double crochet stitches into the next stitch, and 1 double crochet stitch into the next, then chain 2, then again 1 double crochet stitch into the first stitch, 2 double crochet stitches into the next stitch, 1 double crochet stitch into the next, chain 2, this is the last petal, 1 double crochet stitch into the first stitch, 2 double crochet stitches into the next stitch, 1 double crochet stitch into the next stitch, chain 2, and now we made the chain 3 at the beginning, which was our first double crochet stitch. So just go on top of the chain 3 and do a slip stitch and complete the round. So we'll go on to the chain 3 here and make a slip stitch. So this completes this round. Now we have to begin our next round with our brown color. So we'll pull the loop so that it doesn't unravel, and then we'll bring the brown color forward so that we can work from the brown color. तो brown color को हम आगे ले लेंगे ऐसे. Now we have to work our next round with the brown color. So now we'll chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and this will be counted as our first double crochet stitch. ये हमारा पहला double crochet stitch की तरह count होगा. And in the same stitch we'll work another double crochet stitch. तो इसी same stitch में हम दोबारा एक और double crochet stitch work करेंगे. And make sure you're not taking the third color along. We are not crocheting on the stitch here. We are just crocheting in the stitch of the brown color. 1 double crochet stitch. So we have 2 double crochet stitches here. हमारे पास अब यहाँ पे 2 double crochet stitches हैं. Now we'll chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and just push the petal behind so that it's not coming in your way, because we don't have to crochet on this. Remember, we don't have to crochet on this. We just have to crochet on the stitch here. तो ये जो stitch है हमें सिर्फ इस stitch में work करना है, हमें इनमें work नहीं करना अभी. So just go in the stitch and work 2 double crochet stitches here. 1 and 2. तो हमने उसमें 2 double crochet stitches बना ली. फिर से chain 5 करेंगे. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have done a chain 5. Then again we'll pull the stitch forward so that we are not working in the petal. We are just working in the background color. So go in the stitch and work 2 double crochet stitches. 1 and 2. Then again chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we'll go into the next here, the stitch over here, the brown color, and we'll work 2 double crochet stitches. 1 and 2. Then again chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then again you can just pull the stitch forward like this and push the petals behind so that you're not going to work in those. So just go in the stitch here and work 2 double crochet stitches. 1 and 2. Then again chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then again we'll go in the next stitch here and work 2 double crochet stitches. तो इसी तरीके से हमने chain 5 करना है और 2 double crochet stitches बनाते जाना है. लेकिन हमने ध्यान रखना है कि हमने petal में नहीं work करना, क्योंकि हमारा petal का कलर अलग है. हमें सिर्फ ये background color है जो इसको work करना है. Then again chain 5, 1 2 3 4 5, and then again just push the petals behind, pull the stitch forward and work 2 double crochet stitches in the stitch, 1 and 2. You can use any colors that you like. I'm saying brown color because when you see the tutorial, it will be easier for you to understand what I'm doing. Chain 5, 1 2 3 4 5, then go into the next stitch here and work 2 double crochet stitches, then again chain 5, 1 2 3 4 5, and now this chain 3 was our first double crochet stitch, so we'll go on top here on the third chain and make a slip stitch and join the round. तो ये जो थर्ड चेन है उसमें स्लिप स्टिच करके इस राउंड को ज्वाइन करेंगे. So this completes this round. Now just pull up a bit and just leave it as it is, because now we have to work our petal. So we'll bring the cream color forward, or whichever color you're using for your petal, just bring it forward so that you can start working on your petals now. So now we'll do the same thing like we did earlier. Push the chain 5 behind and pull the petal forward, and firstly chain 3, 1 2 3, and this first chain that we make, that comes on the work that we did earlier, but that doesn't matter. After that we have to just work on the stitches that we have to work and not on the other color. Okay, I hope I'm making sense. Now this counts as our first double crochet stitch, and we'll work one more double crochet stitch in the same stitch here. तो इसी same stitch में एक और double crochet stitch बना लेंगे. So we have done an increase here on the first stitch. Now one double crochet stitch into the next stitch, no, I'm sorry, I did a mistake. Okay, so this is our first double crochet stitch. We have 4 double crochet stitches of the previous round. Okay, so here this is our first double crochet stitch, the chain 3. On the second double crochet stitch we'll work an increase, so we'll work 2 double crochet stitches on the second stitch, 1 and 2. We are left with 2 double crochet stitches. We'll work 1 in each, so 1 double crochet stitch into the next and 1 double crochet stitch into the next. So now we have a total of 5 double crochet stitches including the chain 3. तो अब हमारे पास 5 डबल क्रोशे स्टिचेस हैं. पहले हम एक डबल क्रोशे स्टिच करेंगे, नेक्स्ट वाली स्टिच में हम 2 डबल क्रोशे स्टिचेस करेंगे, फिर नेक्स्ट वाली स्टिच में एक डबल क्रोशे स्टिच करेंगे और नेक्स्ट वाली में एक. So we have 1 2 1 1 like that. So we have to continue this round in this way and chain 2 in the middle. So we'll chain 2, 2 chains बनाएंगे, then again push the chain 5 behind and pull the petals forward and work 1 double crochet stitch into the first stitch. पहली स्टिच में एक डबल क्रोशे स्टिच बनाएंगे, 2 डबल क्रोशे स्टिचेस इनटू द नेक्स्ट वाली में 2 बनाएंगे, देन 1 डबल क्रोशे स्टिच इनटू द नेक्स्ट, 1 बनाएंगे एंड 1 double crochet stitch into the next, then chain 2, then again I'm pushing it behind and pulling the petal forward, 1 double crochet stitch into the first stitch, 2 double crochet stitches into the next, 1 double crochet stitch into the next and 1 double crochet stitch into the next, chain 2, then again we'll pull the petal forward, 1 double crochet stitch into the first stitch, 2 double crochet stitches into the next stitch, 1 double crochet stitch into the next stitch and 1 double crochet stitch into the next stitch, chain 2, onto the next petal, 1 double crochet stitch into the first stitch, 2 double crochet stitches into the next stitch, 1 double crochet stitch into the next stitch and 1 double crochet stitch into the next, chain 2 again, then on to the next petal, 1 double crochet stitch into the first stitch, 2 double crochet stitches into the next stitch, 1 double crochet stitch into the next, and 1 double crochet stitch into the next. Then again chain 2, onto the next petal, 1 double crochet stitch into the first stitch, 2 double crochet stitches into the next stitch, 1 in the next, and 1 in the next. Chain 2, onto the last petal now, 1 double crochet stitch into the first stitch, 2 in the next, 1 in the next, and 1 in the next. Chain 2 and slip stitch onto the third chain. At the beginning we made the chain 3 on the top chain. We'll just go in and slip stitch and join the round. तो जो third chain है उसमें slip stitch करके इसे join कर देंगे. Now we don't have to pull in the brown color forward because now we are working on the top part of the petal, which is the curved part, this part. So we'll continue working with the cream color. तो इसी क्रीम कलर से भी हम वर्क करेंगे बिकॉज हम इसका ये वाला पार्ट बनाने वाले हैं, ये जो कर्व है ना, ये वाला पार्ट. सो लेट्स स्टार्ट. सो नाउ chain 1 and slip stitch, single crochet stitch into the same stitch where we did the slip stitch. तो जिस स्टिच में हमने स्लिप स्टिच किया था उसी स्टिच में हम एक सिंगल क्रोशे स्टिच बनाएंगे. सो विल वर्क अ सिंगल क्रोशे स्टिच, then skip the next stitch, go on to the next stitch and work 5 double crochet stitches. So when we work 5 double crochet stitches, it gives this type of a shell shape. So this is what we want. So we'll skip the next stitch, एक stitch को skip करेंगे, we'll go into the next and work 5 double crochet stitches. So 1 2 3 4 and 5. So 5 double crochet stitches बनाएंगे. Then skip the next stitch को skip करेंगे, go on to the next and make a single crochet stitch. तो एक को skip करेंगे और next वाली में single crochet stitch बनाएंगे. So this is the shape that you'll get. See? Now chain 2, skip the chain 2 over here and we'll go on to this stitch here. Work a single crochet stitch onto the first stitch. Skip the next stitch and work 5 double crochet stitches into the next. 1 2 3 4 and 5. Then skip the next stitch and go on to the next and work a single crochet stitch. तो हम एक stitch को skip कर रहे हैं, फिर next वाली में single crochet stitch कर रहे हैं. तो अब यहाँ पे हम chain 2 बनाएंगे. पहले chain 2, skip the chain 2 over here. ये वाली chain 2 को हम skip कर देंगे और जो petals की stitches हैं इसके first वाली stitch पे हम single crochet stitch करेंगे. तो we'll work a single crochet stitch onto the first stitch of the petal. Next वाली stitch को skip कर देंगे. Skip the next stitch, go on to the next and work 5 double crochet stitches. तो एक stitch को skip करके हम दूसरी वाली stitch में 5 double crochet stitches बना रहे हैं. Basically वो petal की third वाली stitch है जो बीच में आएगी. एंड देन अगेन एक को स्किप करेंगे और लास्ट वाली में पेटल की जो लास्ट स्टिच है उसमें सिंगल क्रोशे स्टिच करेंगे. तो स्किप 1 स्टिच एंड गो इनटू द नेक्स्ट एंड वर्क अ सिंगल क्रोशे स्टिच. देन chain 2, skip the chain 2 over here, start working on the petals. 1 single crochet stitch onto the first stitch, skip the next and go into the next and work 5 double crochet stitches. So we are working the 5 double crochet stitches into the third stitch of the petal. 4 and 5. Then again we'll skip the next stitch, which is the fourth stitch, and into the fifth we'll work a single crochet stitch. So I think this will be easier method to guide you. Chain 2, skip the chain 2, and you can see the petal has 5 stitches here. So we'll work a single crochet stitch into the first stitch. We'll skip the second stitch and we'll work 5 double crochet stitches into the third stitch. 1 2, 3, 4 and 5. So, and we'll skip the fourth and we'll go into the fifth stitch and work a single crochet stitch. So this is how you have to work the top part of your petal. So chain 2 again, skip these chain 2, 1 single crochet stitch into the first stitch, skip the second stitch, go into the third stitch and make 5 double crochet stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Skip the fourth stitch, which is the next stitch, and go into the next, which is the fifth stitch, and work a single crochet stitch. Then again chain 2, skip the chain 2 here, go into the first stitch of the petal and work a single crochet stitch. Skip the second stitch, go into the third stitch and work 5 double crochet stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Then skip the next stitch and go into the next and work a single crochet stitch. Then chain 2 again, skip the chain 2 here, go into the first stitch, make a single crochet stitch, skip the next stitch, go into the next and work 5 double crochet stitches. 3, 4, 5. Skip the next stitch, go into the last stitch and work a single crochet stitch. Then chain 2, and now we have to slip stitch onto the first single crochet stitch that we made. So here we started our round with the single crochet stitch, so we'll go into the single crochet stitch here and we'll slip stitch and join the round. Okay, now we can fasten off this green color because now we have to just work with the background color as our petals are made. So we'll chain 1 and fasten off. chain 1 करके इसे फासन ऑफ कर देंगे बिकॉज अब हमारे को सिर्फ अपने बैकग्राउंड कलर से वर्क करना है. हमारा पेटल का काम हो गया, हमारी पेटल्स बन के रेडी हो गई हैं. सो पेटल्स आर रेडी. सो विल ब्रिंग इन द बैकग्राउंड कलर फॉरवर्ड. बैकग्राउंड कलर को फॉरवर्ड ले आएंगे आगे की तरफ और अब हम इसमें वर्क करना शुरू करेंगे. सो विल स्टार्ट वर्किंग विथ आवर बैकग्राउंड कलर नाउ. So now we have 2 double crochet stitches here with the background color. So first we have to chain 3, 1, 2, 3 and this will be counted as our first double crochet stitch. ये हमारा पहला double crochet stitch की तरह count होगा. And now in the next stitch we have to do an increase. So we'll work 2 double crochet stitches into the next stitch. तो जो next stitch है we'll push this behind and we'll pull the stitch forward because we have to just work in the stitch and not in the petal. So go into the stitch and go in only in the stitch, not in the petal, and work 2 double crochet stitches in the same stitch. तो उसी same stitch में हम 2 double crochet stitches बनाएंगे. So we'll have a total of 3 double crochet stitches now. Now pull the petal forward and we have to work in the chain 5 now behind. So first we pushed the petal behind and we worked in the stitches here. Now we'll pull it forward and we'll work in the chain 5. So we have to work 5 double crochet stitches into the chain 5. तो ये जो chain 5 है इसमें हम 5 double crochet stitches बनाएंगे. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Now we'll push the petal for behind and pull the stitch forward and work in the stitches here. I know it's a bit complicated, but once you start doing it and you get a hang of it, you won't find it difficult. So 1 double crochet stitch into the first stitch and 2 double crochet stitches into the next stitch. And as you can see, I'm just going in the stitch and I'm not going into the petal. So now again we have 3 double crochet stitches here. Then we'll pull the petal forward and we'll hold the chain 5 and work in the chain 5 and we'll work 5 double crochet stitches here. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Then again pull in the stitches forward and work 1 double crochet stitch into the first stitch and 2 double crochet stitches into the next stitch. So we'll have a total of 3 double crochet stitches here as well. Now we have to work 5 double crochet stitches in the chain 5 that is behind. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Then again push the petals behind, pull in the stitch forward. You can even bend the petals behind like this if it's comfortable for you, because we have to just work in the stitches here. So 1 double crochet stitch into the first stitch and 2 double crochet stitches into the next stitch. तो इस तरीके से आपने पहले डबल क्रोशे स्टिच में एक डबल क्रोशे स्टिच बनाना है और दूसरी वाली में 2 बनाने हैं. तो हमारे पास यहाँ पे 3 डबल क्रोशे स्टिचेस हो जाएंगी. और फिर से हम पेटल को आगे करेंगे. विल पुल इन द पेटल फॉरवर्ड एंड विल वर्क 5 डबल क्रोशे स्टिचेस इन द चेन 5. तो जो चेन 5 हमने पीछे बनाया था उसमें हम 5 डबल क्रोशे स्टिचेस बनाएंगे. 2, 3, 4 and 5. Then again push the petals behind and pull in the stitch forward. Only this round is a bit complicated like this because it's, you know, too many forwards and backwards, but otherwise it's not a difficult pattern at all. And thanks to Liz, because of her tutorial I could be able to make this. I've done just little bit of changes. Other than that, it's totally her tutorial that has helped me make this daisy granny square. So now again we'll go behind and work 5 double crochet stitches, 3, 4 and 5. Then again 1 double crochet stitch into the first stitch, 2 double crochet stitches into the next stitch. Then again 5 double crochet stitches into the chain 5 space. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Then again 1 double crochet stitch into the first stitch, 2 double crochet stitches into the next stitch. Now again 5 double crochet stitches into the chain 5 space. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Now 1 double crochet stitch into the first stitch, 2 double crochet stitches into the next stitch, 1 and 2, 5 double crochet stitches into the chain 5 space, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. And now we have reached the starting point. So we'll just go on top of the chain 3 that we made at the beginning, which counts as our first double crochet stitch, and we'll do a slip stitch. तो ये जो हमने chain 3 बनाया था ये हमारा पहला double crochet stitch की तरह काउंट करता है. सो हम उसके chain थर्ड वाली chain पे जाएंगे on the third chain and we'll just slip stitch. Okay, so this completes this round. So this is how it looks so far. Now we only have to make it into a square now. तो अब हमें सिर्फ इसको square में convert करना है अब. So let's do that too. So now chain 1, chain बनाएंगे and in the same stitch where we did the slip stitch we'll work a single crochet stitch. तो उसी same stitch में हम एक single crochet stitch बनाएंगे, one single crochet stitch into the next stitch, 1 single crochet stitch into the next stitch. So we have a total of 3 single crochet stitches here. So we have to work 3, 4, 5, 6. So 3 more we have to work. So we'll work 3 more single crochet stitches in the next 3 stitches. 1 single crochet stitch into the next, 1 in the next, and 1 in the next. So we have a total of 6 single crochet stitches here. तो हमारे पास अब 6 single crochet stitches है यहाँ पे. Now we have to make the corner part. Okay, so for that first we'll work a half double crochet stitch into the next stitch. So next stitch में हम half double crochet stitch work करेंगे. 1 double crochet stitch into the next. So एक double crochet stitch work करेंगे. And now we are making the corner. तो अब हम corner बना रहे हैं. So all the corners will be the same. Okay, so now in the next stitch we are working 2 double crochet stitches. तो हम नेक्स्ट वाली स्टिच में 2 डबल क्रोशा स्टिचेस बना रहे हैं. चेन 2, 2 चेन्स बनाएंगे. 2 मोर डबल क्रोशा स्टिचेस इनटू द सेम स्टिच. तो उसी सेम स्टिच में 2 और डबल क्रोशा स्टिचेस बना रहे हैं. सो दिस इज आवर कॉर्नर. तो ये हमारा कॉर्नर बन गया. नाउ 1 डबल क्रोशा स्टिच इनटू द नेक्स्ट स्टिच. नेक्स्ट स्टिच में एक डबल क्रोशा स्टिच बना रहे हैं. 1 हाफ डबल क्रोशा स्टिच इनटू द नेक्स्ट स्टिच. एक हाफ डबल क्रोशा स्टिच नेक्स्ट स्टिच में बना रहे हैं. एंड नाउ वी हैव टू वर्क 11 single crochet stitches in the next 11 stitches. So you can just bend the petals like this. After that we can just make it straight once we have finished doing the stitches over here. So don't worry. So even I just tend to bend it like this because it's easier to work. So now we have to work 11 single crochet stitches in the next 11 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, so 1 corner is done. We need to make 3 more. तो 3 और corners हमने बनाने. Now 1 half double crochet stitch into the next stitch. एक half double crochet stitch बनाएंगे. 1 double crochet stitch into the next stitch. एक double crochet stitch बनाएंगे. And now in the next stitch we have to make our corner. So next stitch में हम corner बनाएंगे. So we'll work 2 double crochet stitches, chain 2 and 2 more double crochet stitches into the same stitch. तो एक ही स्टिच में हम 2 डबल क्रोशा स्टिचेस, चेन 2, 2 डबल क्रोशा स्टिचेस बना रहे हैं. तो ये हमारा बन गया दूसरा कॉर्नर. सो सेकंड कॉर्नर इज डन. नाउ 1 डबल क्रोशा स्टिच इनटू द नेक्स्ट स्टिच. नेक्स्ट स्टिच में एक डबल क्रोशा स्टिच बनाएंगे. 1 हाफ डबल क्रोशा स्टिच इनटू द नेक्स्ट स्टिच. तो नेक्स्ट स्टिच में हाफ डबल क्रोशा स्टिच बनाएंगे. एंड नाउ अगेन वी हैव टू वर्क 11 सिंगल क्रोशा स्टिचेस इन द नेक्स्ट 11 स्टिचेस. तो 11 सिंगल क्रोशा स्टिचेस बनाएंगे. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay. Now 1 half double crochet stitch into the next stitch. एक half double crochet stitch बनाएंगे. 1 double crochet stitch into the next. एक double crochet stitch बनाएंगे. And now we have to make our third corner. तो अब हम तीसरा corner बनाएंगे. So we'll work 2 double crochet stitches, chain 2, 2 double crochet stitches into the same stitch. So 2 double crochet stitches, chain 2 and 2 more double crochet stitches into the same stitch. And this is our third corner done. Okay. So now in the next stitch we'll work half double crochet stitch. Oh no, 1 double crochet stitch in the next stitch. एक double crochet stitch बनाएंगे. Then a half double crochet stitch. And then again we'll work 11 single crochet stitches in the next 11 stitches. तो next 11 stitches में हम 11 single crochet stitches बनाएंगे. मतलब हर एक stitch में एक एक single crochet stitch. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and 11. And now we'll start making our fourth corner. So before that we'll work a half double crochet stitch into the next. तो next वाली stitch में half double crochet stitch बनाएंगे, 1 double crochet stitch into the next, एक double crochet stitch बनाएंगे, and now we'll work our corner in the next stitch. Next stitch में हम अपना corner बनाएंगे. So 2 double crochet stitches, chain 2 and 2 more double crochet stitches into the same stitch, 1 and 2. Now 1 double crochet stitch into the next stitch, 1 half double crochet stitch into the next stitch, and now 5 single crochet stitches into the next 5 stitches, because we have 11 in each side, 11 single crochet stitches on each side we have, and at the beginning we had done 6 single crochet stitches. So now at the end we need to complete to make it 11, we need to do 5 more. So we'll work 5 more single crochet stitches, 1 2 3 4 and 5, and now slip stitch onto the first single crochet stitch that you made and complete the round. So जो पहला single crochet stitch बनाया था उससे join करके इसे round को हम कर लेंगे complete. So now it's in the shape of a square, but the square needs to be a little bigger so that the petals come inside, because the petals are out as you can see. So we need to make more rows. So for this I have made two more rows, and this is the size. So I'll make 2 more rows and show you how it looks. But if you want to continue making more rows, you can continue the pattern that I'm doing in this and the next row round. So you can do that as many times as you want, depending on how big you want your square to be. तो आपको जितना बड़ा अपना स्क्वायर बनाना है उतना बड़ा बना सकते हो. बस ये वाले राउंड का और नेक्स्ट वाले राउंड का पैटर्न फॉलो करते जाना है. वही सेम पैटर्न हर राउंड के लिए आप यूज़ कर सकते हो उसको बड़ा बनाने के लिए. आई एम सॉरी, इट जस्ट कम्स आउट माई रो कम्स आउट ऑफ माई माउथ, बट एक्चुअली इट शुड बी राउंड बिकॉज वी आर मेकिंग इट इन राउंड. सो लेट्स स्टार्ट विद द नेक्स्ट राउंड. चेन वन करेंगे, 1 single crochet stitch into the no, now we have to make double crochet stitches. I'm so sorry. So we'll chain 3, 1 2 and 3, 1 double crochet stitch into the same stitch. उसी सेम स्टिच में एक डबल क्रोशे स्टिच बनाएंगे, and we'll keep working double crochet stitches in each of these following stitches until we reach our corner. तो जब तक हम कॉर्नर पे नहीं पहुंचते हमने बस डबल क्रोशे स्टिचेस करते जाना है. तो जैसे ही हम कॉर्नर पे पहुंचेंगे तो हम अपना कॉर्नर वाला पैटर्न यूज़ करेंगे जो हम हर कॉर्नर के लिए यूज़ करते हैं. So once we reach the corner, we'll use the same pattern that we use for all the corners. So now I finished doing the double crochet stitches here. As you can see, I've reached the chain 2 space. So ये chain 2 space पे पहुंच जाएंगे. So we'll work a corner here in the chain 2 space. So we'll work 2 double crochet stitches, chain 2, 2 double crochet stitches in the same space. तो उसी same space में हम 2 double crochet stitches, chain 2, 2 double crochet stitches बनाएंगे और हर corner में हमने यही करना है. So now the corner is done. Now start working on the double crochet stitches here. So जितनी भी double crochet stitches हैं उनके ऊपर हम एक एक डबल क्रोशे स्टिचेस करते जाएंगे, और जो सिंगल क्रोशे स्टिचेस हैं उसके ऊपर भी हम डबल क्रोशे स्टिचेस ही कर रहे हैं, सो दैट ये इसका स्क्वायर का हाइट अच्छा हो. बिकॉज सिंगल क्रोशे स्टिचेस करेंगे फिर से वो छोटा ही रहने वाला है, सो हम डबल क्रोशे स्टिचेस करेंगे. सो जस्ट कीप डूइंग डबल क्रोशे स्टिचेस ऑन ईच एंड एवरी स्टिच ओवर हियर अंटिल यू रीच द नेक्स्ट कॉर्नर. तो नेक्स्ट कॉर्नर तक पहुँचने तक हम इस तरीके से डबल क्रोशे स्टिचेस करते जाएंगे. So if you like the tutorial, do subscribe to my channel and don't forget to click on the like button and the notification bell. And if you have any queries, any suggestions, you can please feel free to message in the comment box. I'll be happy to reply. And hope the tutorial is, understandable, because sometimes we can't explain it well because some things are really complicated, but this is, I think it's, once you start making it, it'll be easier for you. Now see, I have reached the next corner and I've done 2 double crochet stitches, chain 2, 2 double crochet stitches in the chain 2 space, and now again I'll start working double crochet stitches until I reach the next corner. तो मैं इसी तरीके से जब तक नेक्स्ट कॉर्नर पे नहीं पहुंचती मैं हर एक स्टिच में एक एक डबल क्रोशे स्टिच करती जाऊंगी और जैसे ही नेक्स्ट कॉर्नर पे पहुंचेंगे तो उसी तरीके से हम, जैसे हमने अपने बाकी कॉर्नर्स बनाए हैं उसी तरीके से बाकी कॉर्नर्स भी बनाते रहेंगे. सो once again I would like to thanks Liz a lot, Stitching with Liz. Because of her I could be able to do this. Otherwise I've watched a lot of tutorials, but it was so complicated, so confusing, I was not able to make it. But after watching her tutorial, it was really like magic, so I thought of sharing it. I've done some modifications in this, but rest all is her, so the credit goes to her. So now we have almost reached our third corner तक पहुंच गए हैं हम. And now 2 double crochet stitches, chain 2, 2 double crochet stitches in the chain 2 space. chain 2 space में 2 double crochet stitches, chain 2 2 double crochet stitches करेंगे. And again we'll start working double crochet stitches in each stitch here. तो फिर से हम double crochet stitches करते जाएंगे हर एक stitch में. So I've just made the whole tutorial in one go. I've not stopped the video so that you can see how and what I'm doing, because this daisy granny square is a bit confusing at the beginning, so it's better if we don't cut the video and show the whole tutorial. It'll be easier if any beginner is trying to make it. You can feel free to forward the part that you already understood, but I'm just trying to make the video totally without any editing or without any stops or pauses or anything. So I don't want to stop it, so I'm just recording the whole procedure. Now I've reached my fourth corner, and now I'll make 2 double crochet stitches, chain 2 and 2 more double crochet stitches into the same space. And now I'll work double crochet stitches in each of these stitches here until I reach the starting point. तो इस तरीके से मैंने फोर्थ कॉर्नर भी कर लिया है, और अब मैं जो बची हुई स्टिचेस हैं उस साइड की, क्योंकि आधी तो हमने पहले ही कर ली थी, इसको कंप्लीट करूँगी एंड फिर हम इसे ज्वाइन कर देंगे. तो ये वाला जो राउंड हमने किया है, इस राउंड को आप जितनी बार चाहो उतनी बार रिपीट कर सकते हो, उस हिसाब से आपको कि कितना बड़ा स्क्वायर चाहिए अपना, तो उस हिसाब से आप इस राउंड को जितनी बार रिपीट करना चाहो आप उतनी बार रिपीट कर सकते हो. नाउ आई स्लिप स्टिच ऑन टू द फर्स्ट डबल क्रोशे स्टिच दैट आई मेड, नॉट विद द चेन 3. तो जो पहला डबल क्रोशे स्टिच हमने बनाया था, मैं उसमें जाके स्लिप स्टिच करके इसे ज्वाइन कर दूँगी. सो दिस इज़ हाउ इट्स लुकिंग, एंड विथ वन मोर राउंड it has this size, so you can see the difference, but I feel this looks much better because the sides are a little bigger than the petals. So we'll do one more round and then we'll be done for this tutorial. तो एक और राउंड हम कर लेते हैं और इसके बाद हमारा ट्यूटोरियल रेडी हो जाएगा, बिकॉज यही सेम जो हमने पिछले राउंड में जो पैटर्न किया है वही सेम हमने रिपीट करना है. सो वी आर रिपीटिंग द प्रीवियस राउंड. सो chain 3, which doesn't count as a stitch, so 1 double crochet stitch in the same stitch where we did the slip stitch, and 1 double crochet stitch in each of these following stitches until we reach the corner. तो जब तक हम कॉर्नर पे नहीं पहुंचते हमने एक एक डबल क्रोशे स्टिच हर एक स्टिच में करते जाना है. आप चाहे तो इसे 2 कलर्स में भी बना सकते हैं, लेकिन 3 कलर्स से इसका लुक बहुत ही अच्छा है. मैंने बहुत सारे ट्यूटोरियल्स देखे हैं, लेकिन जहाँ 3 कलर्स आते हैं ना तो इसका लुक बहुत ही अच्छा आता है. तो आप 3 कलर्स यूज़ करेंगे तो बहुत सुंदर लगेगा. सो नाउ आई हैव रीच्ड द कॉर्नर, फर्स्ट कॉर्नर. सो वील वर्क 2 डबल क्रोशे स्टिचेस, chain 2, 2 double crochet stitches into the same space, and then again we'll work double crochet stitches into each of these following stitches here. तो मैंने जो ट्यूटोरियल्स देखे थे, बहुत सारे ट्यूटोरियल्स देखे थे मैंने, बिकॉज मुझे ये बनाने के लिए बहुत मन हो रहा था, लेकिन मुझे कुछ भी लाइक ईज़िली समझ में नहीं आ रहा था. बहुत कॉम्प्लिकेटेड लग रहा था, बहुत कंफ्यूजिंग लग रहा था. तो मैंने एक ट्यूटोरियल देखा जो है स्टिच इन विथ लिज, चैनल का नाम है स्टिच इन विथ लिज, उसका ट्यूटोरियल देखा मैंने एंड इतने अच्छे से उसमें उसने एक्सप्लेन किया था कि मेरा मन करा था कि मैं इसे बनाऊंगी। लेकिन मैंने इसमें थोड़ी मॉडिफिकेशंस की हैं बिकॉज जो लास्ट के राउंड्स थे मुझे लगा कि अगर मैं सारी स्टिचेस डबल क्रोशे स्टिचेस से करूँगी तो शायद इसका लुक और अच्छा आएगा, और बाकी में मुझे ऐसा बहुत अच्छा लगा है तो मैंने कुछ मॉडिफिकेशंस किए हैं। बाकी सारा क्रेडिट उसको जाता है, जिस तरीके से उसने एक्सप्लेन किया था बहुत ही अच्छे तरीके से एक्सप्लेन किया था। बट उसका जो ट्यूटोरियल था उसने लाइक थोड़ा सा एक्सप्लेन करके फिर उसने वीडियो कट करके फिर पूरा राउंड कंप्लीट करके फिर उसने सेकंड राउंड कैसे करना है, थर्ड राउंड कैसे करना है, ऐसे बताया था। बट मैंने पूरा का पूरा ट्यूटोरियल एक साथ ही रिकॉर्ड कर लिया है बिना किसी स्टॉपेज के। एंड नाउ वी हैव अगेन रीच्ड आवर सेकंड कॉर्नर। तो सेकंड कॉर्नर बना लेते हैं 2 डबल क्रोशा स्टिचेस, चेन 2, 2 डबल क्रोशा स्टिचेस। ओके एंड नाउ फिर से हम डबल क्रोशा स्टिचेस करते रहेंगे। तो मैंने इसीलिए ये पूरा ट्यूटोरियल ऐसे बनाया है कि मैंने बीच में इसको पॉज नहीं किया, स्टॉप नहीं किया, क्योंकि कभी कभार क्या होता है कि जो इंटरमीडिएट हैं क्रोशियर्स जो बहुत सालों से कर रहे हैं उनके लिए बहुत इजी हो जाता है समझना और करना, लेकिन जो बिगिनर्स हैं उनके लिए अगर बीच में वीडियो कट हो जाती है तो मैंने ये चीज़ फेस की हुई है कि बहुत डिफ़िकल्ट हो जाता है उसके बाद उसको समझ के करना। तो अगर पूरा का पूरा ट्यूटोरियल सामने हो तो बहुत ही ईजिली हम बना लेते हैं कोई भी चीज़, बिकॉज हम सीधा इंस्ट्रक्शंस फॉलो कर रहे हैं और हम करते जा रहे हैं तो बहुत ईजी हो जाता है। तो इसीलिए मैंने ये ट्यूटोरियल आज बनाया है कि मैंने बिल्कुल भी बीच में कट नहीं किया, पूरा का पूरा ट्यूटोरियल जैसे मैंने बनाया था अपना ग्रैनी स्क्वायर मैंने वैसे के वैसे सामने रखा है, ताकि अगर कोई बिगिनर मेरी वीडियो देखेगा तो उसके लिए बहुत इजी हो जाएगा बनाना, क्योंकि उसको सिर्फ इंस्ट्रक्शन फॉलो करने हैं और इतना डिफ़िकल्ट नहीं होगा। सो नाउ आई हैव ऑलमोस्ट रीच्ड माय थर्ड कॉर्नर। तो थर्ड कॉर्नर पे मैं पहुंच गई हूँ एंड नाउ we'll work our corner। तो हम कॉर्नर वर्क करेंगे। सो we'll work 2 डबल क्रोशा स्टिचेस, chain 2 and 2 more double crochet stitches into the same space। उसी सेम स्पेस में 2 और बनाएंगे and now we'll work the double crochet stitches that are left for this side because at the beginning we did some, हमने थोड़े तो स्टार्टिंग में करे थे क्योंकि यही वाली साइड से हमने ये वाली साइड से स्टार्ट नहीं किया था। ओके सॉरी। सो वी नीड 1 more corner to be done and then the granny square will be ready। crochet daisy square बहुत ही खूबसूरत है। अब इससे बहुत सारी चीज़ें बना सकते हैं, ब्लैंकेट्स बना सकते हैं, बैग्स बना सकते हैं, कुशन कवर्स बना सकते हैं, मतलब एंडलेस है प्रोजेक्ट्स, इतने अच्छे हैं और इतना सुंदर लगता है बनने के बाद। यू कैन मेक सो मेनी थिंग्स आउट ऑफ इट। You can make blankets, you can make sweaters, jackets, bags, hats भी बनाए हुए हैं लोगों ने, इतना सुंदर लगता है, बहुत खूबसूरत लगता है। फ़िलहाल तो मैं बैग बनाने का सोच रही हूँ पर अभी पता नहीं क्या बनाऊँगी, बट मैंने सोचा कि मैं ट्यूटोरियल डाल देती हूँ। सो नाउ ऑलमोस्ट आई हैव रीच्ड माय फोर्थ कॉर्नर विच इज़ द लास्ट कॉर्नर। तो ऑलमोस्ट मैं पहुँच गई हूँ लास्ट कॉर्नर पे एंड नाउ we'll work our last corner in the same way, 2 double crochet stitches, chain 2, 2 more double crochet stitches into the same space and now we'll work the double crochet stitches that are left for this side which is our last side। तो जो double crochet stitches हमारी इस साइड की रहती हैं वो वाली कंप्लीट करेंगे and then we have to slip stitch onto the third chain, no not on the third chain, on the first double crochet stitch that we did। तो मैंने नोटिस किया है कि जब हम चेन 3 पे स्लिप स्टिच करते हैं ना उससे लुक इतना अच्छा नहीं आता, लेकिन जब हम फर्स्ट स्टिच पे स्लिप स्टिच करते हैं ना तो उससे लुक बहुत अच्छा आता है। सो नाउ वी हैव फिनिश्ड डूइंग द डबल क्रोशे स्टिचेस and now we'll slip stitch onto the first double crochet stitch that we did, not on the chain 3। तो जो पहला डबल क्रोशे स्टिच हमने बनाया था उसमें जाके इसको स्लिप स्टिच करेंगे। then chain 1 and fasten off and you can weave in the ends later. आप tapestry needle से इसको weave in कर सकते हैं end को. And this is how it looks. ये देखिए ऐसा दिखता है. मैंने बीच में एक बनाया था जिसमें मैंने बीच में ब्लू कलर यूज़ किया था मैंने, और ये 2 पिंक के साथ हैं. So this is how it looks. So I've used blue color in the middle here. You can use any colors. You can just play with colors and use your scrap yarns to complete the project. So this is how it's looking. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. Thank you so much for watching. Keep crocheting. Stay safe. Be happy. Bye-bye.